What's going on, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Culture Bust. I've got an interview going on with Jeff Woodward. He is one of the most astounding and encouraging sales leaders I've ever had the chance to work with. I consider him a good friend and a colleague. I got some questions for him regarding the book that he's been using to coach his team, Who Moved My Cheese, and I think he's got some fantastic insight to share with all of you guys. So, Jeff, welcome to the show. Thanks, man.
Excited to be here, man.
All right. So my first question for you is, why did you choose Who Moved My Cheese to coach your team?
Yeah. So that's a really good question, man. I believe in the professional atmosphere and even in personal, everybody has their cheese moved, whether that's a new compensation plan, a new career path, whatever the case is, some things move. So right now, my team is going through some changes. And we can either play the whole woe is me card and sit there and complain and wish we had our old cheese back, or we could get up, go out, go get that new cheese because it's out there. We just got to find a new way.
Why do you think it's so difficult for some people to adapt to like a different path?
That's an easy one. I think complacency is easy. I think when you're used to winning or you have one or you know the old way of doing things, it's scary to change. But for those that are not afraid of those ideas and those thought process, they're going to be the first ones to go ahead and go get that new cheese before the other ones.
Could you share both a personal and a professional example of, let's say, a time your cheese was moved and how you adapted?
Yeah. So I was actually laid off. So I'll do a professional one first. I was laid off from my career before my current position. And so my cheese was heavily moved. I was down on myself. I knew I was extremely good at what I was doing before, but that division shut down. So I had to go a different route. My cheese was moved. I didn't want to be upset about being laid off. I had to go find my new cheese. And luckily, I came into a company that has helped me get to where I am today. And I'm excited to go after that cheese every day.
You gonna give us anything else on that? Like any other ones?
So I'm going to give you a personal one, but this one's really close to me. I actually read this book with my son. He's 8 years old, but I really wanted to see what his thought process was around it. I recommend that for anyone that's watching this. But it's funny. His exact line was something along the lines of, "I don't want to be scared. It's not fun being scared. I would rather change." And I thought for an 8-year-old to sit there and say, "Hey, nobody likes being scared. Let's go out and make some change." That was amazing. We took that to in riding his bike and all of these other aspects. And
I couldn't even spell cheese when I was 8 years old.
He's a very, very, very good kid. I'm blessed to have him for a son, for sure.
That's awesome. So what would be your advice for somebody that's watching right now whose cheese has been recently moved?
So here's the thing. Life is full of changes and challenges. And I mentioned this earlier. We can play the oh, I'm upset and things like that. But look at yourself. We've all heard the saying, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. Your cheese is out there. It truly is. Get up and go get it. Go find that cheese. Don't wait for it to return, and just go get it.
Are you a Cowboys fan, Jeff?
No, not at all. Why you ask?
Guys, there you have it. That's a few minutes with Jeff Woodward giving some advice on what to do when your cheese is moved. Check out the book. Reach out to Jeff on LinkedIn. I'll make sure that his contact information is attached. So thanks everybody for listening.